Hey everyone, welcome back to the Racefight Smokehouse and Grill. Today we are going to be cooking some St. Louis spare ribs on the Weber Smoky Mountain 22-incher. Stick around. Hi everyone, thanks for sticking around. We had a little bit of a camera misfunction while I was trimming the ribs, so I'll go over real quick what I did. On the back here there's a membrane, a silver skin that I took off. I used a butter knife to get under the skin and then a paper towel to get grip. Even with gloves on or bare hands it gets real slippery and it's hard to pull off, so it's best to use a paper towel. Rip that silver skin off. What else I did is I squared up these ribs to look nice and uniform. Again, I don't know what the butcher was doing here. They cut some slits in here. I didn't see that when I was purchasing it because they were wrapped up like this. So maybe they were hiding it, I don't know. But so we have 2 slabs of ribs trimmed up here, squared off, taking the little edges that we're gonna not necessarily burn up, but really dry out, or I don't know, just I like them more uniform, so when we cut it, you get nice uniform ribs. So there's not much down there. A lot of times you could save it with your rib tips. If you chop up rib tips, spare ribs come with another hunk of bone on top here that you could cut off, chop up, and make rib tips. There really wasn't much on there for me to do, so I'm not making rib tips today. But we're going to go ahead and get these rubbed up. Today we're using the Memphis mud from Pork Mafia. We're going to put his description in the link below. Great rib, all kinds of barbecue rubs actually, out of Chicago. Awesome stuff. Give the guy a look, buy some of his stuff. It's really, really good. So I'm going to go ahead and get these rubbed up here. I'm going to start rubbing the back side first because once I flip them, you'll see. I'll start with the back, flip to the front, then let the rub set up while I get the fire started. One of the things I like about this Memphis mud rub is that it's pretty coarse. So it's a great starting rub. You could layer it with any of your other favorite rubs, or it's great by itself. It smells amazing. You know, go ahead and get that all over the back there. Flip these ones over. Do the same thing to the top. Oh man, these are going to be good. It smells amazing. I can't say it enough. Give her a little pat in there. Then we're going to let this set up on the ribs while we go get the fire started. Once these look a little wet as they bind with the ribs, then we'll know it's ready to go ahead and get on and get cooked. Sometimes you could put it in the fridge overnight. I do that a lot of times, but this was a spur of a moment thing, so I decided to let's just go ahead and get it done. All right, let's go get that fire started. Okay, well, we got the fire going using the Minion method and some oak wood using B&B lump charcoal. Go ahead and put some of the oak chunks inside the charcoal and unlit charcoal. And in the center, go ahead and just dump, I used a small chimney of the B&B charcoal. Get that fired up. Looking good right now, so we're going to go ahead and put this back together. I am going to use water in the water pan if anybody's going to ask. Definitely always water in the water pan to keep moisture in the chamber. There's the water pan filled with water. I like to keep foil in there. It just helps with cleanup after, you know, a long cook. A lot of the drippings could really muck up the water pan. So I like to use water in the water pan with foil. Nice and easy cleanup at the end. Okay, we can see that these ribs are starting to get that nice wet look. Grill is up to temperature. We're right about 260 degrees, so I'm going to go ahead and get these on the Weber Smoky Mountain. Okay, we got our temp running right at about 265, which is exactly where we want it. We want to get it between 250 to 275 for the cook. Let's get these ribs on. When I put them on, I like to kind of, I don't know, smush them together a little bit. Not too much, just to get that meat a little condensed. And when it cooks that way, it's going to come out, so it's not going to be as pulled apart. And you'll get a kind of a meatier cut when you get into it. So go ahead and get those on. And we are going to do kind of a 3-2-1 method, kind of. We're going to cook for a few hours, check them, wrap them for a couple hours, check them, and then pull them off when they're done after we unwrap them. So we'll go ahead and keep a count on there to see what the actual method is. It's not going to be exactly 3-2-1, but it's going to be really close. Okay, we're a little over an hour in, about an hour 15 in, still holding temp about 265. Going to go ahead and open her up and take a look and give her a little spritz. The spritz I'm going to use is about 50% water and 50% apple juice. Sometimes I do apple juice and apple cider vinegar, or apple cider vinegar and water, or just water, whatever you want. Go ahead and feel free to do. Today I had apple juice, so I'm doing apple juice and water. What else I like to do at this point, based on how it's cooking, looks like this front side is cooking a little quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate these. Make sure we get an even cook. Okay. There we go. I'm going to close it back up and be back in about another hour or so. Alright, it's been about another hour and 10 minutes or so. Let's take a look at how these ribs are going. They're looking really, really good. So we're going to pull them off. So it's been about, I'd say 2.5 hours, and they're starting to look, get the color that we're looking for before we go ahead and wrap them. So we're going to go ahead and get these wrapped up and put them back on. Again, it's been about 2:15, 2 hours and 2.5 hours or so. All right, let's get these wrapped. Okay, so we're going to wrap these up. I do nice and simple. I like to put my squeezed butter down, a little bit of sugar in the raw, turbinado cane sugar. We'll put some of this down here. And some Daigle's Habanero rib sauce. Stuff is amazing. So go ahead and get this on there. We're going to do this on both sides. Going to put it top side down. Do the same again. Give it a little extra different sweetness than using brown sugar. And I actually like it better. So that's what I do. And then I actually have a few sheets of foil down here. So we're going to double wrap it so it doesn't tear. If it does tear, we won't lose all the juices and everything. So let's go ahead and get this wrapped up. Here's the first wrap. And I like wrapping it bone side down, bone side up, meat side down. That way it will help base the meat in the juices and the butter and everything. So get that wrapped up just like that. Get this one back on the grill. We'll go ahead and do the second one. We will come back and test the tenderness by bending it in a little bit, and that's when we'll know when it's time to unwrap, which will be roughly 1.5 to 2 hours or so. Be back in a little bit. Okay, it's been about an hour 20, another 1.5 hours, and we're still rocking around 275, 274. So we're gonna go ahead, give these a quick bend test, see how they react. Yeah, you can tell that they're pretty loose in there, which is what we're looking for. We want some loose, not too loose though, you don't want it falling apart. So we're gonna go ahead, pull these, unwrap them, put them back on. Oh yeah. Hard to tell with all the steam, but the bones are pulling back nice. You can tell it's really tender. I'm gonna go ahead, shift it over, flip it over bone side down, and we're gonna try to save the juice, and we're gonna sauce it with the juice to give it a little bit more of that taste backs, the flavor that came out of there. We want to put it back on there as a little juice, as a little sauce. Those are looking mighty fine. All right, we're going to close it up, let it set up a little bit. I'm going to pour this juice from the foil into a bowl, and then in about a half hour, I'm going to baste it. And we'll be done in about 45 minutes. Okay, these have been going for about another 20 minutes or so. I'm going to go ahead and sauce these up with the juice and everything that I caught from the foil. So probably another 15 minutes and we'll pull these bad boys off and slice them up. All right, ribs are all done, looking great. Memphis Mud, Pork Mafia, Daigle's Habanero rib sauce. All right, well, let's cut into these and see how they look. That looks perfecto. Perfecto. All right, let's see how this bite is. Perfect bite. Not falling apart. The flavor is awesome. Sorry for talking with my mouth full, but it has to be done. Combination's great. And, you know, the 3-2-1 method is something that a lot of people use. I find that it really can make the meat a bit more mushy than you really want. So what I did today was really more like 2.5, an hour 15, and 30. So what is that? About just over 4 hours, 4.5 maybe. You know, so you cut an hour and a half off that 6-hour time frame into 3-2-1. So I recommend doing it this way, a couple hours, you know, an hour and a half. But you got to really be able to check your texture and know your pit, and you know, just follow it. 3-2-1's good. However, you know, like I said, sometimes it could be a little bit too mushy. Play around, see how it works. If you liked the video today, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe. You can check me out on social media at these links below on Instagram and Facebook. Any questions? Give me a comment. Any feedback? Give me a comment. Thanks. Talk to you soon.